Welcome back. This is Live at 1. Now, Malindi constituency in Kilifi County tops the list of areas that are worst affected by drug abuse in Kenya. This according to the findings by the Kenya Girl Guides Association, which has been working in collaboration with the National Authority for the Campaign Against Alcohol and Drug Abuse, NACADA, in efforts to eliminate alcohol and drug abuse by students in the coastal region. Now, speaking during a sensitization workshop held in Malindi town, Kenya Girl Guides Association official Elizabeth Ogot said drug abuse in the resort town currently stands at 20%. According to the findings by the association, drug abuse via injection was most prevalent, especially among teenagers. The association is now urging the county government of Kilifi to step up current efforts in the fight against drug abuse in the county, while at the same time blaming laxity among police officers as one of the reasons the fight against endemic drug abuse in the county is yet to be won.
For example, Kilifi County does not have a county law on alcohol and drug abuse at the moment, so there are very many gaps. It actually means that the bars that are running currently are running illegally.
Well, let's now take a look at business. And South Africa, the continent's most advanced economy, shrunk in the first quarter of 2014 as the mining output fell sharply owing to an ongoing strike in the platinum sector. The situation has economists predicting recession and highlighting the exposure of the country's feeble growth of over-reliance on commodities.
South Africa's economy shrank 0.6% in the first quarter of this year, the first quarterly contraction since a recession in 2009, as mining output plummeted amid a protracted strike in the platinum sector. A recession defined as 2 consecutive quarterly declines in GDP seems certain as the strike by members of the Association of Mine Workers and Construction Union, AMCU, against producers of Anglo-American Platinum, Impala Platinum and Lomin has continued in the second quarter. Mining has been in a state of long-term decline here, and the fact that it still packs such a punch highlights a number of structural problems in the economy. These include a failure to diversify the export base, which leaves the trade balance, current account and rand currency dangerously exposed to an over-reliance on commodities and an inability to generate jobs from other sectors.
The challenges in the mining sector, in particular the platinum subsector, are well documented. The strike that is currently unfolding, and the sector has got knock-on effects. So you do have particular components like the manufacturing sector that are not having a good day.
Mining commodities last year accounted for around 57% of the 925 billion rand worth of commodities that South Africa exported. South Africa's economy, for all its sophistication and market liquidity, is very much typical of the continent, with a heavy exposure to resources. The strike in South Africa, which began in late January, has cost the industry more than 20 billion rand in lost revenues so far. South Africa's growth is so feeble that even one relatively small sector of the economy can tip the whole thing into recession, which is exactly what's happening now.
In order for us as an economy to reach a higher level of growth, sustainable level of growth, that we need faster investment, that we need to improve on our skills complement, that we need to have greater flexibility in the labor market.
The current mining strike over wages, and now in its 5th month, is the costliest and longest in South Africa's history. The companies have offered to pay increases of up to 10%, which would raise the overall minimum pay package to 12,500 rand a month by July 2017, including the basic wage plus cash allowances for necessities such as housing. AMCU has said that the company's offer is not enough and want 12,500 rand as basic wage, excluding allowances.
Because of our strike, the economy is shrinking. But when we go back to work, the economy will rise again, while we will still not be getting anything to benefit us.
Once they say 12,500 has been deposited, the following morning we will be back to work underground and the strike will be finished. All we want is 12,500 rand. That is it.
Mining only accounts for 5.1% of GDP according to statistics, down from a peak of almost 20% in 1980 when the country was the world's top gold producer. But because the overall economy has been expanding so sluggishly, mining, with its almost 25% plunge in output in the first quarter, its steepest contraction in almost half a century, is pulling everything else down with it. According to the IMF, Africa is taking off with strong, steady growth, but the positive outlook faces risks from slower growth in the world's advanced economies and emerging markets.
Now, in a move that sets a new precedent in the regulation of anti-competition behavior, the Competition Authority of Kenya has imposed a 5.3 million shillings fine on Tuskys supermarkets and Ukwala supermarkets for engaging in illegal trade practices. Well, the authority has found Tuskys and Ukwala guilty of engaging in an unfair collusion after Ukwala allowed Tuskys to manage 3 of its stores. The move enabled Tuskys to set prices, acquire stock, reorganize staff, and deploy technology in the 3 Ukwala stores. Tuskys is said to have invested 200 million shillings in the stores, allowing it to set prices on behalf of Ukwala, which is one of its competitors, thereby engaging in an illegal and unfair trade practices. And that's business. We'll have more after the break.